Hello.
What's going on?
Uh, you know, you know, just chilling like a villain. You know, you know what? You know what time it is?
I think I know what time it is, but I'm going to need you to take us off the right way.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, for your long-awaited wait, it's time for the Keeping It Real podcast. Big boy and Professor Eggs.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, you
Man,
know.
I mean, it's been 3 weeks since our last podcast, so we're slipping a little bit, man.
Yeah, been a while.
My mama hit me up a couple days ago, and she was like, "Well, I went through all your guys' podcasts. I'm waiting for more." Mama, this one's for you.
Yeah,
How you
right. Yeah.
how you been, man?
Well, I've been all right. I've been up here in Michigan for at Ford, so
Michigan.
yeah,
Oh,
T 702.
I'm so sorry. Make sure you are clean and sterilized before you come back around me. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, you got jokes.
I always got jokes. For those of you who have never listened to the podcast, I am a diehard Ohio State fan. That man is in Michigan. He is now my arch rival and my best friend at the same time. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Michigan fans. I was like, but
Well,
yeah, I'm up
that's
here.
good. Man, that's good. I'm glad to hear you say that, man. It's good to hear you're never going to run out of stuff to wipe your ass with anytime you take shit. So
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But anyway, man, how's it going up there?
It's not bad, man. It's not bad. I mean, it's been hot, man. It's been hot. I mean, it's been like hot up here, man. But it's not bad.
Hot
I
in
mean,
Michigan,
yeah, it's been like
temperature
90,
wise.
high 90s.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
I swear, I feel like I have a swamp in my pants while I'm in that plant.
Oh man, I hope Mama got that stuff on lockdown. Then hope she sent you some talcum powder, maybe
Actually, I
some,
bought this. You know
maybe
what?
some.
What's surprising though
What's up?
is the Dollar Tree up here. Actually, surprised me. They have anti-chafing deodorant stuff, and if I bought some of that, I mean, it just like regular deodorant, but like harder. It works pretty good though. Having I feel all lubricated and smooth now.
You just said lubricated. Well,
Yeah,
that's
my
good.
mate.
We are glad to hear that you are anti-chafing right now.
Hey, man, that's a dude.
Right?
That
No, I feel you. Trust me. You ain't got to explain it.
shoot. That's a oh god. That's a pain. That's it's like oh goodness that. But other than that though, I mean it's I tell you one thing about this place, about Michigan though, that so far I've seen is a very trashy place.
Oh yeah. What part of
Oh yeah.
Michigan you in?
Dearborn.
Mm,
Man, I seen some
okay.
stuff that
I
I
know where
seen
it's at. I just don't know a whole lot about it.
man, I seen some stuff that I never thought I would see.
Oh yeah,
You
like
see
what?
but I mean I mean you see I've seen stuff I said I like you'll see on TV like I'm over at the Walmart over here, and man, there's trash everywhere, carts everywhere. I see one cart hit someone's car, and yeah, I mean I seen like two baby seats sitting outside,
Oh shit. Okay.
like car seats just sitting outside, like somebody just dumped them or something. I don't know.
Right.
Then then when you walk into Walmart in the liquor section, there was like half. half drank bottles of wine, and I still like a 6-pack of beer, missing 4 of them. I was like, you serious? Half eaten hamburger, half eaten cheesecakes and stuff. I'm like, jeez.
Well, damn.
No, I was like, wow.
You you got to inspect anything just in case your ass wants a drink or maybe
I
something
guess,
to eat from Walmart.
jeez. I was like, oh man. I was like, goodness day. But yeah, man,
Huh.
I tell you, and the people around here, their driving ability sucks, man. This is like crazy over here too.
You driving a lot, or are you getting like chauffeured?
No, I'm driving. I got a
Oh,
rental,
okay.
and but other than that, man, it's just it's. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's. I don't know. It's not a place I want. It's not. I don't know, man. It's not a place that I would want to live in.
uh, got a little spoiled by that Midwest. That's what I heard.
Well, you know,
All of a
it,
sudden, all the things you think you hate about the Midwest, you're like, you know what? I'm kind of looking forward to going home.
yeah, honestly, I am. You know, I mean, it's like it's.
Uh,
I mean,
I can't, I can't wait to see my corn start growing.
shoot.
Right?
Go back home. Oh, the fresh smell of manure.
Ah, the fresh smell of sewer. I missed you, Terre Haute.
And hydrous.
That's the, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
But yeah, man, it's other than that, I mean,
How long you been up there, man?
since last week, since last Monday. So I'll be back done this week, Friday, Friday or Saturday. So
So what you doing up there, man? You getting training or something?
no, I'm actually well. There, the problem is that there was a change. There was a change, and the change wasn't, communicated to suppliers, and so now
Right.
they got to take all of our lamps, trying to save without, getting out. But so now they got to take product and reprogram basically,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and
You're
and
just
I'm
up
there
there
over, and I'm over there
kind of
overseeing.
overseeing it. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. You over there kind of overseeing the project and everything like that.
Yeah, make sure that they don't break our parts. So
Man, hell yeah, dude. That's great, man. That's great. That's great. They entrusted you with something, vital like that, man. That's cool.
right, and
Vital to, what we do. So,
right, but so
but yeah,
far, man, so far, I
yeah.
mean, the hotel's nice. So I'm over at
All
the
right. Well,
Holiday.
we got a nice hotel.
Yeah, I'm at the Holiday Inn Express.
Thank you, Holiday Inn Express at Dearborn, Michigan, for sponsoring this podcast. So far, you're the only thing I like about your town. So thank you for your sponsorship.
I mean, it's so nice. Yeah, it's not a bad hotel room, man. And
I
bed's
mean,
nice.
I get fresh sheets and all the pillows I want every day.
You know what's crazy about it though?
What's
So
that?
like I'm working night shift, right? Six to six, right? So,
Right.
when I get back to the hotel about 6:30 in the morning or wherever it is, I'm asleep till like, 2, 3 o'clock. So
Right.
so 2 times the housekeeping lady came in the room and I was like asleep. And I was like, hey, I'm working night shift. So she's like, oh,
Hello, how are you?
I'm like, oh, hey, what did you need? And I mean, of course, she couldn't speak no English really. So I had to do like sign language and everything. So she emptied the trash and all that stuff out. So after that day, no one's came to the room at all. So, and they stop cleaning after a certain time. So today I had to go wash clothes at the laundromat because they don't have a laundry at the hotel.
Wow,
So,
really?
yeah, that's what surprised me. But they got a sign
That's
that said it
nuts.
though. But they got a sign that said it though. So they must have took it out, I guess. I don't know. But I told
Right on.
the front desk, hey, y'all can go and clean my room because I'm gonna be gone for a little while. I gotta wash clothes and stuff. I told them to clean it. I haven't been in to clean it all week. So I work night shift. So came back to a nice fresh room with fresh trash cans and fresh bed. I was so happy.
So happy. Smells like, it smells like lemon pledge in your room.
Oh man. But yeah, man. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's a lot of, I mean, there's so much. It's a Ford town. I mean, but there is so much Ford up here. It's ridiculous. Like it's crazy. Like everywhere you see all these big old office buildings, all these big old buildings, huge buildings. Ford. Henry Ford Museum, Henry Ford University. I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, you're real close to motor. You're real close to Detroit, bro. Motor City.
yeah.
You know, I
So
mean, that's awesome. It's awesome.
yeah,
You get to kind of. It's awesome. You get to kind of experience that automotive history.
right. Like I was gonna go. I'm gonna go down. I was gonna go down to Detroit today. Go downtown Detroit, and I was wanting to try to find, huh?
Go ahead.
And I was wanting to try find some of those older buildings and take pictures and stuff of them. But
Mm-hmm.
man, I just did. Man, it looked like it was going to rain today. Going to rain and everything. And be honest with me, I just didn't feel like it, man. I mean, the whole week, and I mean, I know we worked 12-hour shifts there, but an old building with no air conditioner, you just have fans and it's hot. And after a long week, man, I just don't want to do anything, especially I get the wash clothes. I mean, I was like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Right.
But other than that, though, man, I try to the one thing you try to do when you go to somewhere different, you want to try to like try things new,
Yeah. Of
from
course.
what you used to, like. So like I try to go to different food places up here, because not where we live at. And I went to a place called Lefty's Cheesesteaks. Man, talking about a good cheesesteak, dude. It was fire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little pricey, but it was fire. It was real big, cheesy. It was nice.
What kind of cheese they throw in your cheesesteak?
I had mushrooms, onions, the chopped steak, the cheese, and that hoagie bread.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, what cheese? Because a lot of people have a different take on the Philly cheesesteak. They make it with different types of cheeses, so I didn't know if maybe you knew what type of cheese you had on it.
No, man. I mean, it was white.
Oh, the irony that people don't know. The irony.
Hey, I watched them. I watched them on the flat iron and do a little chops on it, but I didn't know what kind of cheese been on it. I mean, it was good though.
A little choppy chop. I like my Philly cheesesteaks with all those ingredients that you were just talking about. You know, mushrooms, onions, peppers, all that stuff. With a chopped steak, but I like mine with pepper jack cheese. I like that little spice to it.
Right.
So I know like different places you go and things like that. Um, you can maybe kind of sort of request it. However, if
Right.
you're going in and you're like, hey, give me the authentic, give me the original. A lot of times it's the way that the house makes it. So I didn't know if maybe you had it with like, mozzarella cheese, provolone, pepper jack. I don't know if maybe you had like nacho cheese spread on it. It's just a different, it's
I mean, it was
taste
either
of region stuff.
it was either provolone or mozzarella. I think it was provolone. I think, but
Nice.
and there's this other place, a couple places up there. One was called uh Leo's Coney Island, and
Uh-huh.
I got a gyro, and it was pretty good too.
A gyro, brother. Gyro.
Hero, hero, man,
No, not a hero. A gyro.
hero. No, that is one food name that everybody destroys.
You could say gyro, you could say hero, you could say gyro, you could say whatever you want. Most people know what you're talking about. Correct pronunciation though is gyro.
Hero. So I had
Gyro.
one. So I had one of those, and it was real good. And then I went to a place today called Jet's Pizza.
Uh-huh.
And I got the barbecue chicken pizza. Dude, it was
Mm, mm.
deep dish. Oh Lord Jesus, it was so good. Like I had to like stop myself, man. Like it was pricey, but it was so good, man. It was like the best pizza I've had in a long time.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. I love a good barbecue chicken pizza, man. And I like, you know, me myself, I like going different places and catching different people's takes on barbecue chicken pizza, because like I know what I make barbecue chicken pizza wise whenever I do it, and then going and ordering it off of somebody else's menu, just to see their take off of it. Don't change anything, just order it. That way you can see, their interpretation and what they experience with it. But what
It's
did what'd you have on yours?
it was just a regular barbecue chicken pizza. I mean, it had a sweet taste to it, which is real
Hmm.
nice. Like so, it was one of those kind of things where I ate like three slices, and it was a Detroit style cuts.
Oh man. Oh. Okay.
The big box
Hmm.
square
Hmm.
cuts. So I like. I mean, yeah, it's only like probably like only like 8 slices, maybe 10 slices. But then like I ate like three of them. Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. And then
Oh.
next thing you know, I kept on. Next thing, I get back up, I grab another one. I'm like, oh, I need to quit. Like it was so good. You had like it was because it got a little colder, but you didn't have to warm it up at all. It just
Oh.
tasted fire.
But that's a universal truth with pizza though, man. It's good. It's good hot and cold. Like
But you know what?
that is the one food that is a universal truth with, man. It is good both ways.
No, there is one place that the pizza is better cold than warmed up again. I think that's Little Caesars, man.
Where's that at?
No, Little Caesars.
Oh, Little
That's it.
Caesars. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Like it's good when you get it fresh, but it's better to eat it cold because when you warm up again, it's something about the bread. It gets like what's the word I'm looking for? It gets chew rubbery, I think.
Rubbery when you warm it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
you have to warm it up past a certain point, otherwise it's like extremely rock hard. Like the dough gets
right.
really rock hard. Yeah, yeah, I got you.
So Little Caesars pizza is about the only one that you can eat get to eat cold, but all the other ones, man, they do pretty good. Like, I never had any issues with like Papa John's or Pizza Hut or one of those other places when you warm it up a little bit. But you're right though. Cold pizza is like sometimes best, especially if
Oh
it's some
yeah,
hot sauce, especially if it's some hot sauce on it.
oh, you preaching to the choir, brother. You know it. Um, well, I don't, man, I haven't had Little Caesars in years. I'm gonna say five, at least 5 years since I've had Little Caesars. The last time I had Little Caesars pizza, my mom and dad and my brother were still living in Brazil, Indiana, and there's a Little Caesars down there. And the one that they had down there, they came out with a pizza at the time, and I think you probably remember it. It was the pretzel pizza
Mm-hmm.
with the tomato sauce and the nacho cheese, and they had melted cheese and pepperoni, and like the big chunks of the salt, like you put on Annie Ann's pretzels
Right.
on the pizza. that was the last pizza I had from Little Caesars. And, I mean, it was fire.
Right.
So, but I haven't had Little Caesars in 5 years.
Yeah, but say, I mean, but I said I was like, because I always like trying out different places and their different pizzas, because everywhere you go, you make a different. The pizza is different, Like this place, they
Yeah,
have it where you can get Detroit style pizza, you get New York style cut pizza, and I mean it was pretty cool. I mean, I just like said I try to try some different places out because everyone's take on food is always gonna be it's gonna be different.
yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I tell you up here, dude, in this area, there is so many Hispanics and Arabics. I have never seen so many.
Really,
Yeah,
that's awesome though. Kind of being
yeah,
in a
right.
multicultural
Right.
a multicultural melting pot.
I was talking to
That's
one of
all.
the guys. I was talking to one of the guys and I was working with. He's from another supplier. He's
Hmm.
he's Hispanic and everything. We were just talking. We were just talking about how how food's different. Like you can go to a McDonald's in another state, and then go to another state, it'll taste completely different.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, because I was like, there's a lot of different things that are different. You got the one state. What I mean, in one state is a lot different. It's from another state. I mean, everything from water supply or there's their cook their ovens. I mean, everything's gonna be different, so it's gonna alter the taste a little bit.
Right. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
but other than that, I mean, it seems like everyone up here is nice though. I mean, a lot of nice people though. I mean,
A lot of nice people. Your favorite thing is still the hotel and the food.
the rental's nice. It actually, I'll be honest, that rental actually just kind of surprised me though, man. It's a Kia K5, and I was like, oh boy, another small car, another. No, it's actually really nice. It's actually really roomy inside, and I mean, look, Kias came a long way.
Right. Oh no, they really have. Kia Kia kind of Kia kind of broke the mold for themselves whenever they released the Kia Soul.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of turned the whole Kia franchise around.
Right.
Because then you had the Sportage that came out. The Sportage was really nice. Then you had the what the I can't think of it right now. Montero, Kia Montero. I don't know if that's it or not. I don't know.
No. What was there a car or SUV?
Yeah, there was one SUV. I think that was the Sportage,
Right.
and then there was another car that came out. But you had the Soul, the Sportage, and then there was another car, and I can't remember what it is off the
Stinger.
top of my head right now.
Yeah, the Kia Stinger. They're fast one.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was like because back in the day, man, you didn't buy a Kia because Kias, they were junk.
Kia also had a really nice SUV, like a luxury SUV that they released, the
Yes.
Borrego, and the Kia Borrego was amazing. But it just it didn't do very well,
Right.
But it's an amazing vehicle. I've ridden in one. I've driven one. Really, really good vehicle.
That's just like Hyundai. They that was a
Man,
car. That was
yeah.
a car. That was a car you didn't buy at all because he trashed. But now they're nice. They're good looking cars. I mean, they got good. But yeah, this K5, this car here, man, it has the smart technology on it. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
like literally, you turn smart technology, you can literally go hands free on the wheel for like 15 seconds. The car would drive itself until it tells you put your hands back in the wheel and everything.
So it's like Tesla Light.
Yeah, no, and
Diet Tesla.
it shocked me too because I was like I pushed the button smart and I didn't know that's what I was supposed to do. So I'm driving and next thing you know I felt the wheel turning by itself. I said, "What the heck is going on here?" Let go of the wheel. The wheel car is driving itself. I was like, "What?"
I mean,
The
if
car
you
has
can get it
sensors.
done.
The car has sensors everywhere. I mean, like if you're at a stoplight, there's a car in front of you, and that
Hmm.
car is leaving, it'll actually beep and let you know that that car is pulling off. So
Is it one of those cars that when you turn the steering wheel, the headlights turn with it?
it has that part I don't know. It has it has like the square projector, the LEDs like how the T1G is. The
Yeah.
7i. It has like a five,
Okay. Sounds
but
pretty awesome. Sounds pretty awesome, dude.
other than that though, I mean that's about it. How's life going on over there? We'll take a quick break after that.
Oh, I was just getting ready to say that after I finished my lap. We're going to pause 5 minutes for station identification. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. What's up,
Oh,
man? Orderly.
so continuing off our first section there.
How are things going back home? Uh, well, since we try to keep it real on keeping it real with Big Boy Live featuring Professor X podcast, I'll just go ahead and keep it real. In doing so, I will save Big Boy some editing time this evening, and I will say same old, same old.
Oh man, that's nothing
It,
changes.
it is the same old, bro. Let's see. How can we break this down for our listeners? Let's see. Something that was good to send the day before now no longer is good to send. Now we need three boundaries placed on three different objects in order to send it. Do we make sure that the part is corrected originally where it comes from? No, we've already mass produced too many, so we have to set something up in order to be able to pass all of these things. Blah 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 blah.
that's about, that's about normal.
Same old, same old. And you know, the worst part about all of it is over the course of the last, I don't know, I'd probably say, well, definitely this last week and a little hit and miss the week before, 550 has barely ran. You know,
Wow.
the only line that has run solid is PEJ2, you know, right hand 096. And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. The rest of the department's been shut down. They haven't even been there. 922B, they were off all last week. All last week. Didn't
Mm.
run at all. Nothing. And so now we go back into a fresh week, fresh off a shutdown. And my brother, you've already experienced too many of those. You already know what's coming.
Oh yeah, machine issues, parts, bad parts because they're sitting too long.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be nice.
So, like I said, man, I keep it PG for the viewers and save you some editing time. Same old, same old.
Oh man, but hey, I tell you, man. I mean, that's just how it is, though, man. I mean, That's how it
No,
is.
you're right. You ain't lying. But I even tell you something straight up. I'll even break it down one more way. Don't you worry. While you on a quote unquote vacation, the same shit show awaits you when you come home.
You know, that brings me to a nice point. No matter what you do or where you go, the same old ghost will wait you back
Same,
home.
same old, same old. Yeah,
Nah,
you
it's
can
not.
you can get away from your routine, your normal life for a minute or two. You can go on vacation. You can sometimes be relocated for a job. You can sometimes just take a sabbatical, whatever the case may be. Don't you worry. Whenever you do come back, all that crazy still wait for
Oh yeah, man. We been had like there was like the last night. I think it was like Saturday night at over here. I was working. Man, we had I had four lamps. I had the two I two I pushed back in, and two of them had to kick out for something that we should not be doing, and it got sent.
you. Hmm.
So yeah.
Well, doesn't that just go back to what I just said a second ago in my little breakdown ramble?
Hmm.
A boundary for this and a boundary for that and a
No.
boundary for this later.
Oh, we just always had that training course on this topic. Non-conforming.
What's that?
But oh, oh, you'll find out Monday.
Exactly. Because just like anywhere else you go, whatever little escape you get away from your normal routine, your normal crazy, don't worry. There's already going to be a pile of shit ready to roll down.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like it's gonna be like that movie. It's me. It's Johnny. And our words gonna be it's Danielle.
Oh, don't you worry. Don't you get too comfortable. Don't you worry, honey. We got some regular stuff waiting on you when you come back.
But I do want to say something though. I do want to have a little moment. It's a little moment of silence for one of our trainers that just passed.
Oh man.
Danny Chenault. He was a great guy. I mean, he was a great man. I worked with him many years, and he was like a father to me, you know. And I knew it was. I said it's just sad. So I'm not sure if you have anything you want to say.
Um actually, like like most people who have been there for a little bit and have been blessed with the opportunity to get to know Danny, be able to work with Danny. Um, I myself have a pretty good Danny moment. Um, I was very fresh out of training, probably my third week on the floor, and Danny came out to the floor and he was doing follow up interviews. That's
Hmm.
what trainers do. They do the follow up interviews and they ask you, how everything's going and what we can do to improve everything. And if you have any suggestions to help improve the environment, blah, blah, blah. They go over the whole check sheet, they go over the whole night. He comes out and he's doing that with me. And he catches me on a day where anyone that knows me knows that I have days where I'm a little on the flustered side. You know,
Mhm.
not so many anymore, thank God, as opposed to what it was, back then when I started. But he caught me on a day where I was frazzled. Let's just say that. That's the appropriate term. Comes out and he's asking me questions and everything like that. And so he just catches me in a mood and I offer my 2 cents in how to improve things. And Danny looks at me and gave me kind of my first growing up moment, company wise. He looked at me and he said, "Well, he said it's easy to think like that." He said, "But if you're going to think like that, you have to be willing to step up and make the change first yourself and lead by example."
Mhm.
And that hit me hard, man, because it was like he understood the bitch that I had,
Right.
and he was professionally sympathetic to it. However, he saw that I was real enough to know that he could be real enough with to just cut through the corporate bullshit and just tell me exactly how it was. And that's what he
Right.
did. And that's one of the things I appreciate the most about Dave. He never held anything back. Um, he always said everything that he was thinking in the most professional manner possible. And if you happen to know him pretty good, like you and I did, you know, uh, you would understand those professionalisms coming through and be able to interpret it with the human thought
Right.
that comes through the professionalism. The times where he was telling you to get the hell over yourself, the
Right.
times where he was telling you to shut up and quit bitching, and if you want something to change. Just saying it bluntly, but Danny always said it professionally. But he was professionally the most blunt person I've ever been around, and I love him so much for that. And prayers go out to him and his family.
Exactly. So we're gonna have a quick moment of Danny Chenault. But all right, everybody. If you do know that family, please don't hesitate to send them a comforting message. I mean, that always helps at a time like this. Um, but always just remember. And the one thing I tell you, the one thing about I notice we as people, we do this a lot. We're always there for somebody or our family or this and that when we lose somebody for the short period of time, but never for the long term.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this being real. I mean,
Uh-oh.
I mean, just saying.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming when when I read the news. I knew that the subject was coming. I knew it was, because you're exactly right, man.
I mean, and it's a learning thing, and a not a much of a learning thing, but it's a conviction thing to ourselves because it's like we do this all the time. We're always there for somebody or there for a family or there for a person in a time like this for the next week, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 6 months down the road, maybe a year. But after what 9 months to a year, you really don't check on them people anymore, or you really don't. This. I done it. I mean, we all done it. And that's what we need to stop doing it. We need to make sure, even if it's just a quick note, say, "Hey, just honest, just see how you was doing. How's everything going? Do you need anything, or just to let people know that you still care?" I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
Well, I mean, I, what you're saying and what you're touching on is very obvious, and it can be summed up with just one word. You start off being there whenever a tragedy strikes, but whenever it no longer becomes convenient. Excuse me, I forgot how to talk for a second. We always back away. Well, this person wasn't a daily part of my life normally, so I have to go back to my normal standard and my normal routine,
right.
and they are no longer convenient for me to check up on and try to show that I'm there for. But that's life, unfortunately. But
Right.
you're right. You're right. You're right with what you're saying.
I mean, like and I still check on Cody Schwartz family. I mean, I because his brother lives down the street from my parents' house. So if I see him outside, I would say, "Hey man, see how and I say, how's everything going? How's your family doing? How's your mom doing?" I still check on them. Whenever I see him, or if I see or if I see Cody's dad, I talk to him, ask him how he's doing. But no, I try to check on people. I mean, at least try to. That's the main thing. At least try to,
Yeah,
because
but
because it means a lot to people. I mean, you may not think so, but it means a lot to people.
I mean, yeah, absolutely it does. But again, that goes back to what I said, convenience, because you're like,
Right.
yeah, I check on certain people, like you literally just said. You know, you you'll check on certain people who are a daily part of your circle, but
Hmm.
outside of your circle, it's like, you know, if I get to hang out with them, great. But if I don't get to hang out with them, it ain't the end of the world.
Right.
you
Right.
know and you get to that, it's when it's convenient space. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
We make so many mistakes, man, and we do so many dumb things based on convenience. we
Yes. That,
Convenience takes effort out of everything, and once effort is removed, convenience is not worth my time. I don't want to be somebody who's convenient to you. I want to be somebody that's worth your time.
right.
And I don't want it to be just when I'm going through something. I don't want it to be, just when, we have 2 weeks in a row of epic podcasts. I want to know that I'm somebody that's there, you know, important. And we are so bad and so guilty about making mistakes and just always going with what's convenient. We're all guilty.
And that's true. I mean, that's one of the things that we need. One of the little things we need to try to fix is try to stop making everything, if it's not convenient for us, it's not important to us.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
But
Amen.
society has molded everybody into that way, and people kind of, I'm gonna be real. I mean, people kind of stop caring for each other.
Yeah. What's the point in caring for each other when it's not convenient?
Yeah.
And
Or
unfortunately,
if it,
that's exactly where we're at.
or if it's not, or if I'm not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I said what I said about convenience, but how often are we guilty, bud, of, well, you know what? So and so never texts me, and so never
Hmm.
calls me, and so never reaches out to me. And because they don't reach out to me, I'm not going to reach out to them.
Right.
And it's like, you're doing something solid for yourself by protecting yourself and your own feelings. But what you're failing to realize at the time is it's making you completely selfish
Right.
because it takes you away from being yourself and being able to be there for people like you claim that you want to be.
It hardens your heart.
Yeah.
It makes you bitter. I mean, because it's like now you get to the point, right, where, well, why should it's like you said, why they don't check on me? So it turns into that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I sit there and do for them when they don't do for me? And that's a bad mindset to have. So
Yeah, it is. It's one of those mindsets that you don't realize you have until
hmm.
you've been until you've been in it for a minute.
Right.
And then once you start to realize it, you go, oh man, this definitely isn't where I want to be.
Exactly.
But like you said, everybody's guilty of that, man.
Hmm.
Nobody's perfect.
And then also too, I mean, also too, you have these modes where you just don't want to be bothered with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you need to be alone. Sometimes you need to have that self-preservation. But like you said, man, it shouldn't take a tragedy. It shouldn't take a tragedy for us to be there for each other.
Right.
I agree with that 100%.
But yeah, that's just that's just sad though. I mean, but that's how it is. I mean, like earlier this month we had our family reunion, and
Right.
it's nice to have family reunion. It was nice to have family there. Not everybody was there, but we had a nice amount of people there. And the one thing that I That's right, everybody. Thank you for listening into the podcast. This is your boy, Big Boy. This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by Terra Jersey Enterprise. Terra Jersey Enterprise will hook you up with some custom shirts. Also, Terra Jersey Photography, capturing your moments of today to make them last for a lifetime. But like I said, this podcast is brought to you by Terra Jersey Enterprise.
Oh, the layway. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you guys have had fun thus far tuning into the episode this evening. We appreciate you guys always for tuning in, listening to us. It's been a minute since we've had a podcast, but as usual, when it's been a minute and we do have a podcast, we touch on several uh, very heart wrenching and real life type issues. So, we want to thank you guys for everything. And with that, we're going to lead off with our next topic. Go ahead, big boy. What you got for us?
Man, a topic that we both enjoy talking about.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm getting at.
You're either getting at food or sports.
Whew. Get in my belly.
Mm.
You done any cooking lately?
Yeah. Yeah. I came up with a new concoction the other day.
Oh.
Um, it's actually kind of funny that you said what you said earlier about the barbecue chicken pizza and everything like that. Um, I had a friend of mine on shutdown this past week go to Texas and bring me back some tortillas. And I had some, uh, chicken tenderloins. Um, and I had a red onion, and I had some bacon bits, and I had some brown sugar, and I had some honey, and I had some barbecue sauce. And so I proceeded to uh, kind of pan fry a couple of tortillas, get them on the crisp side, and then uh, cook up everything else, grill it up, mix it all together, put everything out on the tortillas, which at this case, they become kind of crisp. So you would kind of refer to it as a tostada.
Huh.
And I put it on a tostada. So I made a barbecue chicken tostada, and I topped it with sour cream and pico de gallo and honey and brown sugar drizzle.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty good, dude. It was pretty fire, actually.
Wow. Man, that sounds amazing.
So
Well,
how
you
about you?
know,
Have you actually done any cooking, or just been enjoying cooking?
well, I haven't really done anything because I'm hotel living. But like I said, just up here enjoying the food up here. Like I said, I went to another place I went to is it's called the Senate Coney Islands. There's a lot of Coney Islands, but just had different owners, I guess. And I got this thing called a big breakfast,
Okay.
and it was eggs. I had eggs. It had avocado, hash browns, Canadian ham, bacon, sausage link, and then it had bread and toast. I mean, that was real good.
Oh
But
man.
I'm gonna tell you what I had Sunday morning. Man, the
Okay.
hotel had biscuits and gravy. Oh, and they were good.
Mm.
Man, it was so good. I had two helpings of it and some eggs and sausage, and man, I slept like a rock after that.
So, uh, while that sounds amazing, and I don't want to change the topic, I'm not actually changing the topic. It's just shifting back to where we're from. Um, we had a conversation one night. We were talking about PFR,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about our favorite things. You listed yours, I listed mine, and Chef was on one that night and just was out of this effing world. And he was like, "Oh, I don't really like that." Oh, okay, that's fine. We will boot you from the next podcast since you spoke such blasphemous language on this podcast. But anyway, I digress. Um, so I came up with my own twist of what I kind of wanted to do with a dish that you and I talked about on the podcast. Um, PFR dish, called it the haystack,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's what they had. So it's biscuits, and it's eggs however you want it. You can have them fried or you can have them scrambled. Well, okay. You can have them fried or scrambled. That's it. Those are your only two options. Um, and then you had bacon, and then you had hash browns, and then you had cheese, and then it was all covered in gravy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I wanted to do was kind of turn it around and kind of make it into a Monte Cristo type of haystack.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of biscuits, I want to do a layer of French toast at the bottom.
Mm.
Okay. And then I want to do jelly on top of the French toast, a little bit of powdered sugar. Then I want to do the eggs however you want them, fried or scrambled. We don't do poached. We don't do hard boiled. Fried or scrambled, that's it. And then I want to take jalapeno bacon. I want to take jalapeno bacon and put that over top of the eggs, however you want them. And then after that, I want to do the layer of hash browns, cover it up with a layer of cheese, and then put the uh, gravy on top of that. Don't even put the other layer of French toast on. Just do the gravy on that. I know it's effing heart attack on a plate, but you want to talk about good eating and a twist on stuff. That sounds like something that is really good. That's something I'd really like to try.
Man, by you saying that, my stomach just got tight. That
I know.
sounds
Man, I said it. My stomach got tight, and then my sphincter got even tighter. It was like, man, I don't want to try to poop that out.
man. Man, that sounds amazing though. That sounds really good. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, that sounds amazing though, man. I mean, it's different. See, I always like French toast, man.
Yeah, I like French toast a lot too. I don't eat it that much anymore, to be honest. As much as I like French toast, I haven't had French toast in probably 15 years. But I like it a lot.
Right.
If there's nothing else on the menu that appeases me, I will always go for French toast. However,
Right.
there are always several other things that, appease me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about, you know, twisting my tacos. Have you ever heard of Korean street tacos?
I heard. I mean, I may have heard of it, but I never had it before.
What about fish tacos?
Yeah.
Shrimp
Yes.
tacos. Shrimp tacos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So think about this. You know what a po' boy is, right? You heard of po' boys, shrimp po'
Yeah. Yeah.
boys, and it's crab po' boy. Po' boys are usually made with crab. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
a New England delicacy, right?
Right.
Um, so I was thinking about making my own seafood po' boy, but instead of putting it on a bun and everything like that, doing it as a wrap and adding a chipotle ranch with it. Have kind of that heat coming out with the lettuce, the tomato, the crab, uh, the scallops, the shrimp. You can. I don't know. What do you think?
That sounds good though, man. I love. I tell you, the scallops, you gotta make sure you cook them right, because if you don't cook them right, mm,
I'm very proud to say that I learned at a young age how to cook a scallop, and I've never overcooked a scallop in my lifetime.
I think I overcooked them one time. And then after that, I didn't. I mean, I watched a lot of Chef Ramsay. That's how I learned how to cook them.
I'll tell you what. If you want to know how to cook a scallop, I can tell you exactly. When the scallop is the exact same texture as a medium rare filet mignon, you've cooked it
Mm-hmm.
the right way. You've cooked it
Mm.
the right way. If it's not, then you have overcooked them.
Yeah, I love scallops, man. I would buy scallops. They're pricey though, but I would buy them in the bag, and then I will mix them with I'll make them with some onions and this and that, and I'll just have me like a like a I've done where I had on a tortilla, dude. Just have them on top of there and wrapped it up. It was fire. I love scallops.
Mm-hmm.
I love seafood.
So my favorite thing to do with scallops is to do it's a cream cheese beat down really well with dill seasoning and nature seasoning mixed together, and then you take bacon and you take that spread that you make and you layer it inside the bacon, and then you wrap that around the scallop, toothpick it together, and grill it. Oh man, you want to talk about some good eating, brother?
Mm. Sounds good. Yeah, I like that. Man. I love seafood, man. I don't know. I mean, I like seafood. I even like I went to this one place and they had fried squid.
Oh, calamari.
Yeah, it was, and and then they had seasoning in there. And has dude, it tasted just like a chicken nugget. I had dipped my little sauce, man. I was like, oh man, this is so good. It was good. But everything tastes better fried.
All right, so since you brought the subject up, I know we've asked it before, but you know, you're out and about, you've got new food culture experiences and everything like that. What's your favorite thing to cook, man?
man. Besides barbecue, man, I always love making Alfredo. Shrimp and chicken is my go-to.
So you make a pretty mean Alfredo.
Oh, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say I'm I'm a novice to it. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's never failed. It's always been good.
Okay, well, you don't have to claim yourself as a novice, not novice, buddy.
Novice.
Um, I mean, cook it for me.
All right. Because I do a
Let me
little
have
something
some.
different with the chicken and I do something different with the chicken and shrimp. I think it makes it a little bit different taste to it. So, like I said, I saute them up, pan fry, and then and I add red wine to it. I let it cook in that too.
I that sounds amazing. That sounds absolutely amazing, actually. Yeah,
With my
make it for me.
seasoning and and all that,
So
and then I throw it in, and then I throw it in the noodles, and then I mix everything up. Then it's like fire. Yeah, I've been using a lot of red wine actually a lot lately with my cooking. It gives it a real good taste.
depending on what you use the red wine for, you can make a lot of fantastic dishes.
Mm-hmm.
But there can be something as too much red wine. So, make sure you continue to expand your palate and expand the cooking palate. Remember, you are cooking to the audience. You are catering to the people who are ordering from you, right?
Right.
So I would have to say, for me, honestly, um, one of my favorite things to make is corned beef and cabbage. It's honestly one of my favorite things to eat. I do not eat a lot of it. I do not eat as much as I wish I could. Let me put it that way.
Right.
But it is absolutely one of my favorite things to cook and make. Um, and one of the things I love more than anything in the entire world is Reuben sandwiches.
Mm.
A good Reuben sandwich. And I'm telling you right now, I make a killer Reuben. And I have had the best Reuben I've ever had in my entire life. And I can only hope that by the time it's all said and done for me, I can match this Reuben that I had. I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and I went to a place called Scoreboards, and they had a Reuben sandwich on the menu. And bro, I'm telling you, I ordered it. It was the perfect amount of sauerkraut, with the perfect amount of Thousand Island dressing, perfect amount of corned beef. The bread was toasted absolutely perfectly, and it was just completely out of this world.
That sounds good, dude. It's funny you say cabbage.
Uh huh.
Um, I like being the beginning of the year, my parents would make cabbage, because that the little tradition type deal. But I went by there in cabbage, man, and I've been looking online different stuff that make that's different, healthier, and I made some cabbage steaks.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, they're really good. You take cabbage, you slice it. No, depending how thick you want it. Doesn't matter how thick you want it. Then you put it in your air fryer. Put some olive oil on there, and you put your seasonings on there and let it cook in the air fryer. Dude, it's pretty good. And,
Sounds amazing.
and I made one. I made one morning. I said I'm gonna try something out. So I took the cabbage, did the same thing. I put bacon on top of the cabbage. let it cook for like 10, 15 minutes to get all crispy. And then I put eggs on top of that. Dude, talking about something amazing.
Sounds like you put a lot of love into that, buddy.
Man, that was good. I was eating cabbage steaks for like 4 days straight. It was so good. But it's nothing wrong with jumping outside the box, you know. Nothing wrong at
No,
all.
sometimes that's a necessity. Sometimes that's something that you have to do.
Exactly.
And oftentimes, we're too scared to jump outside the box because we we're too scared of the what ifs. We're too scared of the unknowns. We're too scared of what happens if we fail. Well,
Exactly.
you're going to learn a heck of a lot more from failing than you are from succeeding. I'll tell you that right now.
And that's the thing about life, though, man. Is that everybody we're too scared. It's too scared, and not only that, we're just you're more comfortable playing it safe. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities and a lot of things in life when you play it safe all the time.
Exactly. As long as you are comfortable in the rut of convenience, you're going to miss out on a lot. And that's pretty much what the theme has actually become throughout the night, stretching yourself out more than what you are comfortable doing. And I just think that sometimes, having that harsh reality check, kind of something we all need. What do you think?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm not sure how you put it, but Kevin Gates, he said what's something that is given to us that is lost but you can never regain, and it's very pricey. And he said that, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how he put it, but it's true. I mean, time is very precious. You can't get time back.
That's the one commodity that I think we overlook the most, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the one commodity that we take for granted more than anything else.
Right.
What is the most precious commodity you have? Time. You need time for yourself. Absolutely. Once that time is filled and once that time is met, you need to give yourself to other people.
Right. Because you never know. I mean, because you can miss out on a lot of opportunities by not, spreading out your time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a bad thing about this mentality, this way life is. Like, everybody just works all the time, because when you work so much, you lose that time that you can possibly give to someone else, or to yourself. But then again, too, you pull the one direction because you have to work, So
yeah, everybody has responsibilities. You're right. You're exactly right. You have responsibilities every day. You have things that you absolutely have to do. You have things that you absolutely have to give yourself to 100% every day. And the thing is a lot of people who aren't you don't necessarily understand or realize that. They don't understand that, hey, listen, I have to have X amount of hours of YouTube videos based off of, any and all topics per day in order to survive. I have to be able to cook or invent multiple recipes throughout a day in order to be able to survive. I have to be able to, step back and listen to my platform of music, whatever it is, to keep me sane, on any given basis at, any given time on a daily basis. And people don't realize that. And a lot of times whenever they interfere or they intrude and I'm doing air quotes. I know you can't see it, but when they intrude on our time, they get the worst version of us because they
Right.
are interrupting our time. As opposed to when you've done everything that you need to do and you feel satisfactory with yourself, you are more than willing and more than open to be there for anybody else. And you do that, and then all of a sudden you're intruding on their time and they don't want to be there as much as what it is. It's always that counterbalance, man.
Right.
What do you
I
think?
mean, everyone, it's like that too, because you know what? I mean, that happens too when you're not in tune with with a lot of people.
Right.
And when you're in tune or at a point where you kind of know someone's schedule or this and that, you're able to find that right balance. But when you're not in tune, sometimes you trying to get in tune with them is actually being an annoyance to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I
or vice
agree.
versa.
Yeah, you're completely right. A lot of times that person feels like they're an annoyance, like you said, or an inconvenience when they're honestly really not. They just showed up at the wrong time.
Right. The crazy thing about that though, I was talking to a guy, this fork truck driver, and we're just talking about stuff, and we're talking about how things have changed and and this and that. And he was talking about, he said, man, when we were off work for that time frame, my wife and I, we were about to kill each other. We was about to kill each other because we got so annoyed with you because you've been around each other so much. And that happened to a lot of people. Like when you're not around your significant other or a person you're with or a person you're living with, and then all of a sudden something like this happens when you're there 24/7, you start, realizing things or like they're intruding. But here it is, y'all together, or in the case it is, you're supposed to be together, you know what I'm saying? But that time that you have apart is like has kept y'all what's the word I'm looking for?
Same.
Yeah, keep y'all sane as far as keep, keep y'all in a mode to where you miss each other and you love each other from a distance. And then when it comes, and then we had that time together, it means something. But when you're always together, some people it's fine, but some people think that, oh gosh, you're getting on my nerves.
Quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Quality time over quantity time. Quantity time leads a lot to BS matters and stupid fights and other things that you normally wouldn't have, whenever you guys are in your routine. So yeah, I get it. I get what you're talking about.
But but then again too, with everything that did happen, it made you realize, how important time is. I mean, how much involved in work and this and that you've been in, how it's been so much a part of your life,
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Honestly, that's pretty much, daily practice whenever you are in any type of relationship. And you have to give yourself to a person, and it oftentimes takes away from you, because what is human nature? Well, human nature is to be selfish and only think about oneself, instead of being in a partnership and thinking about the person that is actually in it with you, right, bud?
Exactly. That's hence why a lot of guys have man caves when they're married. I'm going to my man cave. You take.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sometimes you have to do the things you have to do for preservation of self and preservation of sanity.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing against your spouse or the person that you're with. If they haven't gotten to the point that they're an actual spouse, just your person, your
Right.
wife, your girlfriend, your live-in roommate, whatever y'all want to label it, whatever y'all want to type. You know, everybody requires space, distance,
Right. And
and
that's
understanding. But that's the thing, man. That's where it all gets so messed up. It's because that person wants us to understand them so much, but they can't understand us in return. Or we
mm-hmm.
want them to understand us, but we are unwilling to understand them in return. That's where we always have stupid conflict when it comes to relationships. That's why it's better to just be single.
Well, it's that compromise thing. I mean, we had two people that are in tune and they understand that you know they they can when you're in tune with the person you're with and you are connected, you know when certain signs it's like, all right, yes, I can tell he's a little off today. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna see how he's doing. Then after that, I'm just gonna let him let him meditate on what he got going on, or vice versa. Because a lot of times he want to sit there and nag, like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you?" That can make it even worse.
Yeah, you're right. It always makes it worse.
And it's like it's nothing. I'm just nothing. I just need a second. Like sometimes people don't understand that. Sometimes you just need a few seconds just to breathe,
Some
think about a couple things, and you're cool.
Sometimes the 40 minutes that you drive to work doing you and listening to your music is all you need in order to keep balance in your life.
Right. It's like a soft reset. You know how you soft reset your phone? It's a soft
Mm-hmm.
reset. And sometimes that's what you need is just a soft reset on life. It may only, like I said, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Heck, it may be a time that's when you go out fishing or something, but you just need that soft reset to kind of like rebalance yourself, clear yourself, and push out all the negativity thoughts or vibes, and then you're good. You're good. You're good. You're Gucci. You're ready to go back into it and get your meter up and start filling your meter back up to where you gotta release it.
Yeah. And that leads into the rare, but when they show up, hard time moments.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the moments where you go, listen, I just need this right now. And man, that's the hardest thing, dude. That is the hardest thing is just to be able to look at the person that you say that you're with, that you're in a relationship with, that you love, that you want to be with, that you're married to, that you want to spend the rest of your life with, that you are spending the rest of your life with. We feel so guilty for saying, hey, this is what I need right now. And offended to talk to one another in that sense. That
Right.
oftentimes, that oftentimes when relationships do fail, it's because we didn't talk to each other in that sense when we needed to. You need to go to your sister's this weekend. You need to go out and hang out with the girls. You need to just go home and get a little bit of that home life, and you need to do it without me. Okay, I got you. I understand. I trust you. I'm with you. This is what it is. This is what you need. Okay, I'm going to be sympathetic to it. This is what I have to do for you in order for you to get to a better place with it. I'm not going to do that for you. Well, how come you're not going to do that for me? Well, because you didn't fucking do it for me whenever I needed it. Because you made me feel guilty whenever I needed it. Well, how did I know that you needed that? Did you ever tell me? Well, no, but you're with me. You should have just assumed. I don't know what the last thing was you heard me say.
No, it's you're talking about how people can get offended when we try to tell somebody that you need this time or you need this and that.
Oh, we're just so scared. We're just so
Yeah.
scared to tell our partner what we need because we're afraid of them being offended.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's happened to me before, but like you. Here's what happens is like you're sitting there and you're saying this in your head and you're replaying the scenarios on like how it can go or how it cannot go, and then once you replay the scenario on how it cannot go, you're seeing how this will end up. So, oh boy, if I tell her that I just need a couple minutes, or I need to go, just need to go for fishing for this, she's gonna think I'm cheating on her, or she's gonna think I'm mad at her, or this and that. She's gonna get mad, and then next thing you know, I'm gonna do it, and then she's gonna be mad at me and don't want to talk to me. And it's like you're playing all these scenarios in the head, and then you don't say nothing, and if you're afraid to say anything, so you just kind of keep it bottled up until you can try to find a time to you make something up. So I gotta go to my parents' house to help them out. Really, just going to the drive. Just go to drive. Just get that
Right.
fixed.
Right. But that's exactly what we were talking about. Exactly what you just said. You keep it bottled up. You keep it bottled up to a point where you get mad about it. And once you get mad about it, once you're mad, you don't want to be around that person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be around the person who made you mad. And the worst part about all of it is this, man. Like if we would just told each other, look, man, like this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go out this time with your friends, and I'm gonna take this time while you're out with your friends by myself because this is what I need. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go out this time with my friends. You're gonna have this time by yourself because it's what we need. Okay, cool. We don't do that because we're so afraid of pissing the other person off
Mm-hmm.
we're involved with, man. Like, how can you say you want to find true love when you are literally ripping honesty right out of the equation from the get go, man?
Yeah. I mean, you're not lying. I mean, that's real life topic. That's real life subject. There. I mean, you're so
I mean,
afraid to be you're so afraid to be real.
yeah. And you have touched on this multiple times, man. From a personal standpoint, you have touched on that subject that I just said multiple times from your own personal standpoint. It's like, man, I was so afraid to be real. I was so afraid to tell this person how I felt. I was so afraid to do this that ultimately it led to me being single. Wasn't necessarily what I wanted. Maybe it was what I needed, but it wasn't what I wanted. I just wanted the person that I was with to understand me. Well, how can they understand you when they are so easily offended and unwilling to understand the person that you are? And why would they do that if you are that person that I just illustrated in return to them? I don't know, man. We touch on a lot of sensitive subjects, a lot of real life subjects, but
That's right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the podcast. This is your boy, Big Boy. This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by Terra Jersey Enterprise. Terra Jersey Enterprise will hook you up with some custom shirts. Also, Terra Jersey Photography, capturing your moments of today to make them last for a lifetime. But like I said, this podcast is brought to you by Terra Jersey Enterprise.
orderly and off again. So we are gonna go ahead and go into the closing thoughts of the night. I'm going to throw it to you, my brother.
Yeah, I think the closing thoughts for tonight. I think if you can sum up everything we talked about is preservation of time and seizing the moment to being impact on someone's life whenever available, because you don't have time as a uh, time as a commodity that you can just bring back. And like I said, just being real with people, being real with yourselves. I mean, if you can't be real with yourself, you can't be real with the next person. So let's be real. Jake.
I'm going to say that food is good.
Food is always good.
Food is amazing, and people oftentimes don't understand or realize the value of the basis of conversation or the basis of any relationship when you just simply ask a person what's their favorite food. It is a wonderful icebreaker.
Right, exactly.
Shout out to my boy on his travels. Keep him safe. Keep him in your prayers. Make sure he gets back to me safe so I can hug that big old juicy neck one more time.
Oh, wow.
And we want to thank you guys, honestly. We talk about so much stuff, and we go on multiple different subjects and everything like that. I'm not going to go too deep tonight. I'm thankful for the platform. I'm thankful to be able to speak my mind, and I'm thankful that the listeners that we do have continue to ask for more episodes. And when we go, X amount of time without releasing a new episode, they're consistently hitting us up and asking for new content. So for the love and loyalty, we appreciate it. For just simply taking into your heart and taking into account, two simple individual opinions of two individual men. So we thank you guys for the time. My brother, a wonderful time to talk to you.
Yes,
And
sir.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and come home safe.
Will do. You too, brother. That's right, everybody. Thank you for listening into the podcast. This is your boy, Big Boy. This podcast is brought to you and sponsored by Terra Jersey Enterprise. Terra Jersey Enterprise will hook you up with some custom shirts. Also, Terra Jersey Photography, capturing your moments of today to make them last for a lifetime. But like I said, this podcast is brought to you by Terra Jersey Enterprise.